Very well, ladies and gentlemen, back again. And with this episode, we are definitely going to talk about Aaron Ramsdale. We're also going to talk about David Dean and Arsene Wenger. Well, of course, the documentary is coming on for about Arsene Wenger. So they had a get together or a meeting, you'd say, and they really had a blast. So they revealed certain things that I would be revealing to you guys. So without any further ado, boom. So the first thing is Aaron Ramsdale. He says that Ben White and Gabriel and Tomiyasu or Kieran Tierney or Nuno Tavares, whenever they are playing, we actually really enjoy defending. Ben said to me in the middle of the game, when you make a save, I just want to punch you in the face. I don't know why would he say that, but okay. All right, whatever. All right. So David Dean has revealed about Patrick Vieira. He says Patrick came from Milan and couldn't speak a word of English. After a couple of weeks, I went to the dressing room and asked, Patrick, can you speak something in English? He said, yes, Mr. Dean, what can you say? He looked at me and said, Tottenham are shit. David Dean said, Patrick, who told you that? He said, Ray Parlour. Well, that's what the thing that... First thing you learn, Tottenham are shit. Isn't it good? Isn't it cool? Oh my God. David Dean also said that when it came to the great day of unveiling Sol Campbell, nobody knew about it. The press sent their second stringers. They were thinking we were signing someone else. One of the journalists who happened to be a Spurs fan said, me, it's Sol Campbell. And on signing Sol Campbell, David Dean said, it took quite a while to convince Sol. As you can imagine, most of it took place at late at night, early morning and about 1 a.m. Walking around my garden in Totteridge because he was paranoid he was going to get busted by the paparazzi. There was an occasion once the conversation went on until 2 a.m. We nearly got busted by my own son Gavin. As Saul was going to leave, he walked in. Had he been out, he looked at both of us and said, fancy breakfast? Saul said, yes, please. He made us French toast. Unbelievable. David Dean also said that one of his early games, I had to hitch a lift on the team bus coming back. All the boys, they get really well looked after, very nice food. Arsene and I are sitting in the front seat, and at the end of the meal, a chant breaks out, we want our Mars bars back. When we were going to announce Arsene Wenger in 1996, we kept it under wraps. Nobody knew about it. I went to the training ground and said, we are going to announce our new manager. It's going to be Arsene Wenger. Ray Parlour said, who the is that? Well, apparently that was the history, wasn't it? Well, after these many years, nobody is asking at least one question. Who is Arsene Wenger? Everyone knows who he is. So, Premier League Team of the Week Game 11 for WhoScored.com has been announced. Benjamin White, Emil Smith-Rowe make the cut. You can see Tim Krul, Trent Alexander-Arnold for that wonderful performance. Pinnock, Jacques Cancelo, Conor Gallagher, Chico Kouyaté, Rafinha again, Bernardo Silva, and of course, Armstrong from Southampton. Congratulations to everyone who's been named. Moving on, Emil Smith-Rowe, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Wilshere shared this on his Instagram stories that about time, go show them Emil Smith-Rowe. Of course, Emil Smith-Rowe is going to show them. While the audacity to not give him early chances, and of course on the midfield. See, the problem is England. They've got Grealish, who can really go out wide and create those spaces for Harry Kane, but they don't have someone from the midfield who can actually score the goal. Now, Mason Mount was not available for his dental surgery. Marcus Rashford pulled out at the end of it. So, there was a space, and Emil Smith-Rowe made the cut. So, cool, isn't it? It is pretty cool. Arsenal winger Salah Eddin Olar Amhand has been nominated for the Premier League 2 Player of the Month for October. That is superb. Congratulations to him as well. And as things stand, the first senior call-up for the man himself, Emil Smith-Rowe. That's the first image shared on social media. But more importantly, there was another guy who got it as well. Gabriel Magalhães has been called up to the Brazilian national team for the first time, replacing the injured Lucas Veríssimo for their upcoming World Cup 2022 qualifiers against Colombia and Argentina. It's a big game, both of them really big game. But of course, Brazil. I mean, of course, you got to understand that. Of course, Brazil have to be there. So fantastic stuff. And according to Lazaron ES, Alex Lacazette has decided against renewing his current contract with Arsenal because of his intention of joining Atletico Madrid next summer. Also, Alfredo Pedula has actually come up with the idea that Dusan Vlahovic does not want to come to Arsenal. His entourage is looking a move towards Juventus. Let's see if that's going to happen or not. I've already posted that on my community tab. So if you want to be a part of the best, if you're seeking this Arsenal news and if you're new to this channel, every single sort of way you can definitely get some best Arsenal news in the market. So stay tuned for the community posts as well. Moving on, not only that about Alex Lacazette, I think I came to know that there are clubs that are really interested to sign Alex Lacazette. One of them is Olympique Lyon. So let's see how that will turn out to be. But Amazon Prime Video Sport shared this. They say that last 8 Premier League games, Arsenal 8 games played, plus 9 goal difference, 20 points. Chelsea at the same time have 19 points, but double the goal difference. Man City have scored have a less goal difference since then, but they've got 17 points. So Arsenal in the last 8 Premier League games have been on top. What a comeback this has been for Arsenal. Well, Arsenal have been given Dominic Szoboszlai incentive to continue Arsenal transfer strategy. Well, Dominic Szoboszlai was linked with Arsenal, but he chose Leipzig. He had a tough time in Leipzig, so but apparently after injury, after missing a lot of time, boom, lots of things happen. So now it looks like Szoboszlai could be a big player coming in as well. But not only that, I think lots of Salzburg players that Arsenal can target. Number 1 is Karim Adeyemi. Number 2 is Rasmus Christensen. Third is Mohamed Kamara and Brendan Aronson. All are really promising players from Red Bull Salzburg. Well, apparently Dominic Szoboszlai is, I'm pretty much sure if Arsenal really want to think about signing Dominic Szoboszlai, it won't be cheap. It won't be cheap, of course. Let's see how things will turn out. Well, Ben Foster says he is frustrated how Arsenal acted during the Premier League clash. Of course, it's about the goal. He is not happy about it. He says, I have a little problem with it. I think in my book that deserves to be booted back up to the pitch towards their goalkeeper. That's the way I would have seen it going. The way it happened, we need to kind of look at ourselves a little there because we need to be clever. If Danny Rose is kicking the ball out there, then we need to make a song and dance about it before the game gets carried on. We need to be throwing our arms in the air by saying, get it back to the goalkeeper, all that kind of stuff. So some things need to work, some things just don't work. So apparently Watford lost the game. That's all the truth is all about. Yeah, that's how it's going to be. So Rio Ferdinand has likened Emil Smith-Rowe to Alexander Leb and Robert Pires. What did he say? Of course, Rio Ferdinand speaks a lot. So you know what he spoke about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, right? So let's move on. He says, there's a united team, there's a togetherness that I have not seen at Arsenal for a long time. There's nobody doing right now more than Emil Smith-Rowe. He reminds me with more end product, it seems right now, and I think he'll go on to levels. His style is a little bit Alexander Halep. He looks low socks. He plays low socks, similar the way he moves and manipulates the ball, can keep people off balance all the game. He's got a bit of Halep about him. He's got a Robert Pires vibe a little bit as well. So I think he's patronizing him at one point of time. I don't know why I feel that way. But anyways, let's move on. So Borussia Monchengladbach want to sign Eddie and Katia. Well, they were behind him before as well, but now they're really pressing. So Arsenal are rumored to be preparing a 3-year contract offer for Eddie and Katia. But according to The Sun, Katia does not expect to become a consistent part of Arteta's plans. Well, Katia has 15 goals to show for from 67 appearances in an Arsenal shirt, 5 of which have come in the Premier League. The report adds that Monchengladbach could look to swoop in over the winter and add a pre-contract agreement ahead of a free transfer in the summer window. Of course, in January, he can speak to foreign clubs, so that should not be a problem, I guess. So let's see what the Englishman selects, what he chooses, and what will be his future. Only he knows. Other than that, I don't think so anyone can guess right now. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing. I will see you in the next one. And more importantly, even if you're a rival fan, want to seek daily Arsenal news or be a part of something really exciting happening on this channel, consider subscribing. Cheers.